Hi, my name is Bianca, and I decided we're going to go live today. Right now, I'm going to make a little bit of coffee creamer, and then, or you can put in your tea because I don't drink coffee. That's what we're going to do. It's really easy to do. And then I'm also going to pickle carrots. There's going to be a baby in the background because he's throwing stuff at me now. But let's go ahead and do this, and it's super duper simple. You just need a container, sweetened condensed milk, whatever kind of milk product you like, whether it's oatmeal, rice, whole milk like me, skim milk, almond milk, whatever. This is your creamer, and then I make a vanilla. I have vanilla bean paste, so I'm gonna use that. I myself, I like the Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. You can use whatever kind you want. I like this one because it opens and you can close it up, and that's what I use inside of my Thai tea. However, we're just going to use this whole pack. It's the same as the can, except for this one was on sale, so why not? And then if you miss any of this, I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel for later. I can't find my scissors. Imagine me getting all the stuff out so I would know where it was, and then it gets here, and then that's that. So if you get the can or the bag, doesn't matter. You're just going to use all of it. And I'll put it at the bottom, and then once you shake it, you know that it's pretty mixed. Just put that in there so I don't watch me make probably the biggest mess that I've made ever. I got this container. Can we see pretty okay? From where did I get it? TJ Maxx for like $5 with a lid. Please don't knock that over, okay? I'm just squeeze and make sure we got all of that there. You don't have to do vanilla. You can use whatever flavor you want. You can use different kind of paste. You can do a simple syrup. My homegirl said she wanted to do a a lavender. They sell lavender syrups, or you can just make one sugar water half and half, and then lavender in there, boil it down, and just strain the lavender out, and that's how you do it. I have someone who's requested hazelnut, a hazelnut syrup. I guess so. I'm not a hazelnut kind of girl, so I don't really hazelnut too much. But for that, you you would have to toast your hazelnuts and then make your syrup from there. So now I'm just pouring the milk into here. I don't have measurements other than that. I just kind of pour up. But the good thing about making stuff yourself is you can really figure out your own measurements. And then, so that is the pouch or the can of sweetened condensed milk. That's my regular milk I just put in there. And then from there, it's just like 2 tablespoons of vanilla. And we're going to shake the hell out of it, okay? I'm trying to figure this out. If y'all have anything, hi. If you have questions and I don't answer them right off, please be kind and patient. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see a damn thing. I do have measuring spoons, but everybody might not. So we just want to slide that vanilla paste in there. That's where your flavor comes from. And this is way better, in my opinion, than the syrups that you're going to buy for your coffee or your tea or whatever else you put it in from the store. And it's a lot healthier, so you know what's on there. And then now that we have those together, we're going to just put this stuff back in the refrigerator. And then we shake it for about 5 minutes, because that's how long it's going to take. Now I haven't used this to shake it, so if it go everywhere, lesson learned, huh? You know what I used before I had this? I had a Simply Lemonade bottle, and that was a lot better. Because honestly, what if this go everywhere? The aim is to get all of this. You see how it's separated? We're just going to shake it until it's not separated anymore. Low key, if I put it in a pot and cook it a little bit, it'll make it a lot easier to stir. But really, that's just what we need. I keep moving it out the camera because I just know it's going to go leaking. Let's get some cling wrap. to put it on top to kind of seal it in there. That'll probably make it better. And now I wish I still had a now I wish I still had that Simply bottle for real, for real. It smells good. Drink syrup, right? And then somewhere later down in this video or this live, I'm gonna pickle carrots. I got these from the F market, so they're way bigger than the carrots that you'll get like at Kroger or Publix or something like that. Did you know it's like 20 different types of carrot and a whole lot of bananas too? And also, carrots grow purple high, like purple, yellow, not really just orange. Okay, that's a lot better. There we go. See? I can't imagine how this is going to look. Hello. So the holidays are coming up. If you want to give gifts or if somebody's just coming over to your house and you're like, hey, thanks for coming, even though traditionally we take stuff to people's houses, or you can take this as a gift. And they like the coffees or tea, we can make them a basket. They have the little vials like this. I got this from the Dollar Tree. You can put that in. You can put it in there. You can do the syrup. They also sometimes have these. So you can make your drink syrups and your coffee syrup. So we're almost there. You see how that's coming along? You shaking too? And then I got this oven on in the back. Child, it's hot as hell. I tried to make that that baked cabbage. I think they call it a cabbage boil. I like cabbage, but I don't know about all that. And we almost done. All right. Honestly, I kind of want to be lazy and just stop right here. But I'm pretty sure I'd be doing myself a disservice. Here, buddy. You're welcome. Which I think I should heat it up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. And we still flinging stuff all over the place. But that's it. There's your coffee creamer. Or tea. Or just whatever you want to put it in. Thank you. Hi, everybody. So there we have it. There's your drink syrup. And remember, you can actually use any kind of flavoring you want. Mine was vanilla. That's what I had. And I tore it. No wonder it was starting to go. So this will stay in your refrigerator as long as whatever milk product you use is good. When that expires, this expires. Now, I didn't say that earlier because it never lasts in my house that long. So, you know, you can put your expiration date on here some type of way. I just got this milk yesterday. So this is good until September 21st. Whenever this goes, go ahead on and switch that out. Now that that's done, now we will need a measuring cup to pickle the carrots. You need a cup of water, a cup of vinegar, and then you're going to boil that together. So we're going to grab that. I use white vinegar and rice vinegar, a half and half kind of thing. You're going to need sugar as well as salt. You good over there, buddy? So I'm grabbing my water now. Of water, black peppercorns, and garlic. I have rice vinegar, which has like a little bit of flavor to it there. I add that in with the white vinegar. You're not going to boil it, but you are going to bring it to a simmer. And then these are like a quick pickle. So the key to that is make sure it cools off before you stick it in the refrigerator. You don't want this, buddy, trust me. Yeah, you don't want that. The sugars to cut some of the acid. So while I am peeling the carrots off, I'm just going to stick this on. Actually, let's put this on this way because I don't know how long it's going to take me to actually peel these carrots. Since we're cleaning as we go, there's that. I have 3 of these. If you let me peel it. Okay, and we're going to turn this way. The dish is over there. So you want to skin these down first. I cleaned them already. One thing you won't see me do is actually clean and prep too much. Maybe I'll do a different, something else where I am showing how I'm cleaning and prepping. Because honestly, to each their own, you know. And then I learned how to cut these down in julienne. I have an old pickle jar that I had. It was just hanging around. So I'm going to just stick it in there because I'm definitely a use what you got kind of girl. And then after, you could do it beforehand, but I actually just cut my ends off after I fill them down. So I had never had a pickled carrot before until, I want to say maybe a year ago. I don't even think it was a solid year. I went downtown. I'm in the Savannah area to this place called Flying Monk. And they had a fried rice. And it said it came with pickled carrots. And at first I was going to say, no carrots. But I really do like carrots. And I was like, let's try it. Why not? And then within the last 3 years was the first time I had a pickled onion. I don't really like onions. I'm just getting into like really cooking with them without picking them out like a child. The flavor, I'm all about the flavor, but just eating them, it's not really my thing. I'm really a girly girl. But I tried these carrots at this restaurant and now they're so good. I'm like, give me extra carrots. I just flung that somewhere. And instead of just going down there and treating myself to some pickled carrots or whatnot, I figured out how to make these onions and these carrots. So this is my first time actually making these carrots. We're going to see how they turn out together. Would you like to try a piece of carrot? Yes? Okay. Let's see. You have molars, so let's... That might be too thick still. You don't have to act that way. You don't have to act that way. To act that way. Here. With this over here is cut them down. I'm gonna just stand them back here. And then so they don't roll when you get ready to like julienne them, cut off the side. Like this. So that way it doesn't roll. It makes a lot of sense, right? So we're gonna cut here. Now, don't get me to lying. I'm not the best person to watch how to cut some stuff. I'm not a professional. I'm just someone that likes food. So you can cut your fingers playing with me. So mind your own fingers, okay? Let me turn to the side. I'm gonna take this one off because that's unstable, and so is this piece down here. Oh, yeah, we're not rocking there. So now we got little carrot sticks. And then it's cheaper to do it this way than buy those little carrot sticks in the store. So now that we did that, they look like this. Kind of cute, right? So as we cut those, we're just gonna put them in a jar. Our water and vinegar is still going. And that way, they're out the way. Now the pieces that we cut off, I'm gonna go back and cut those a little bit later. Let's see. I actually need a better knife too. And y'all don't judge the pickled carrots and the cream. They're not being used together, but I needed to make both. And while I got time in the kitchen, that's what we're gonna do here. And I don't know if I'm gonna actually keep them that small because I know I only got so much time while that baby's in the pack and play before he go bananas on me. Yeah, so those are a bit bigger. Well, also keep in mind, once you put the hot liquid on, it's going to kind of shrink it some. I'll try to make this a little bit faster too. Because if y'all anything like me, you're going to lose interest. And this is why most people who have like cooking shows and stuff, they do the prep work off the camera. I don't have a cooking show. We're going to do this together. And then it makes it, to me, a bit easier to see how it's actually done if you can walk through the complete process. Want another piece? Here. You're welcome. Got it? Good job, fella. If you do want to pull a skedaddle and then come back when it's done, I need about 8 minutes to cut down these carrots, okay? By the time that's done, our vinegar water should be about done too. I think we're gonna. So as you see, I've definitely switched up how I was doing these. So it's not going to be all the same size. We're in here for the taste, not the perfection. I'm not selling these. These are at home. No one's going to complain. Now, if you do want to sell this, you might want to uniform those carrots. Okay. We're starting to get a little full, but I know when I put the stuff on there, it's going to go ahead on and cook down. Then I'm going to have more room. And then I'm going to say something to myself like, oh, I could have put them all in there. So I'm just keep going. And you know what? This is my first time having a carrot this big too. They're really good. These are like really good. They're sweeter. Carrots are a sweetener naturally, but these are a little bit sweeter than like the little smaller ones that I'm used to. Which is why when I cook a roast and like the slow cooker, I don't put the carrots in. When I put in everything else, I put in an extra because it's been sweet before. And that was not what I wanted in my life. Okay. Even though I'm trying to force everything in here, I still need to leave room for whole black pepper and garlic. I want to put that in there too. If you like your stuff a little spicy, you can do jalapeno. I do have one right here that I may put in there a little bit. And I do mean just a little bit without the pepper, not without the pepper, without the seeds, because I don't like really spicy stuff. That's not my. Did you know when you learn how to talk, you can just ask me for another one instead of making that noise? You're welcome. Because that's craziness right there. Should I have paid a little more attention? We can work that out. Do you like it? Mm-hmm. Same. All right. So now that we're getting to the end of cutting this up, I can actually turn the mixture, the half and half, up some, so we can get to it. All right. Now, if you feel you want to go out and get one of those containers, you can. You really don't have to. Like I said, I used the old pickle. I still got the label on it. I use that. And let's see if we can shove that. I don't have measurements for anything because I don't measure anything. So you're going to have to kind of get it how you live on that notion. But it's more so like I just kind of eyeball it. You know, if you like something a little more salty, if you like a little more sweet, you want more vinegar. You know what you like, and that's the best thing about a recipe without measurements. Because what happened when you follow the recipe and it's gross? And you realize is because you had too much of something in there that you did not want. Exactly. Whose fault is that? Accountability. So let's see. I have my garlic over here. Another one. I still got it. I'm gonna use like, this one's pretty big. So maybe I'll use, you need to get thrown away, I can tell. 2 to 3. I'm gonna do 3. It's like I said, I like garlic. Probably why I don't get sick that much. Okay, so I want to move these over here. Now, I'm not going to cut the garlic. I am just going to smash it and get it, boom. Smash it and get it out of the skin right here. And that's enough for me. And just slide that right on top. I was debating on if I should put it in once I pour the hot liquid on top, or so it doesn't like splash, but it's going to splash regardless. Did you know if you just soak your garlic like overnight, it come out the skin real easy? I learned that too. All right, so we have pickles. We have carrots, we have garlic, and then we have peppercorn. That's what's in here so far. Let's try the, that was kind of dry. And then here is the jalapeno. And I'm making sure I don't have seeds because I'm using it for the flavor and not the heat. Mama. Yes, baby. Mama. I'm gonna cut that down just a little bit. Mama. Mama. Hi, you want carrot? All right, let me wash my hands. You sure you want carrot? Because you threw some on the floor. All right, let's see. Here's a smaller one. Got it? All right, so I'm going to bring you all over here just a little bit. And let's see, can we see? So as you can see, it has not started boiling or simmering. So I'm going to turn that up just to make the process a little bit faster. I'm grabbing salt and sugar. So then that way it can dissolve. Enough there. And you know what? I didn't fill up my sugar shaker, so now y'all get the whole container. And you just need a little. And that's just really, I almost put more in there. That's just to cut the acid because this is vinegar water essentially. Remember, half and half. Half vinegar, half water. And it's a cup that I did of each. I mixed in rice vinegar and white vinegar. If you want apple cider vinegar in there, this is your recipe. That's your thing. You can go ahead on. Okay. We're cleaning as we're going. The jar is prepped. So we have that. Want to grab a spoon really fast just to stir it a little bit. You know what? Here is one of these. That'll work. You acting up? You did pretty good. We've been on here a little while. No, it's no timer, but yeah. Okay. So we're almost there. So remember, not a boil, but a hot simmer. And then while we're waiting on that, I'm just going to take the skin from the carrot and throw those away. I did stick them in the sink so they can go down the garbage disposal, but garbage disposal is weird, man. Also, once this is done, I am going to upload the live onto my YouTube channel, which is also Bianca Page 313 on YouTube. And then a few people returned actually from the other day when I was making pickles. So thank you so much for that. Oh no, baby, we're almost done. I promise. I promise. I can't even. I'm trying. The baby's one. Just thank you for your grace. Oh, you like this? This is Sailor Moon. My sister got it for me. Here. I just realized, y'all probably hear me crunching the hell out of this carrot, and I have a mic on. I'm so sorry. All right. So, you want to bring this over? It's not quite boiling. Let's see. Can we see? How's that? So it didn't quite boil there, but everything's nice and dissolved together. I'm going to give it literally maybe another 30 seconds. But I'm very clumsy. So we're going to put our container that we're pouring that in into the sink. Because if I spill it, I don't have a huge mess. That's the best I got. That's the best thing I got right there. And I'm also going to face that down so we can see. Remember, once you pour that in, even very carefully, I'm freaking out here. You don't want to put this into, oh, I could have did that on the counter. You don't want to put this into the refrigerator until it completely cools down. That takes somewhere between, what do you know? I got some that's just not covered. That's going to take about, it smells good though, an hour. Low key. Keep in mind, it's my first time making these carrots too. I probably could have just added some more water on top, but I don't want to mess the ratio up with the acid in the water. So the question is, do we sit back and do we heat up more, or do we just let it roll? I don't know, y'all. But anyways, that's how you pickle a carrot. So today, what do we do, class? I don't know. We pickle carrots, and then we also made I'm sorry, baby. We made a drink creamer, vanilla. And that's what we did today on Monday. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Bye.